Hello everyone, I'm Ness, and today we're going to talk about simple equations. If you are one of those students that don't know how to, doesn't even know anything about algebra, I'm here to clear things up. So anyway, let's say that we have this basic equation here, 2x equals 4. So let's start doing this imaginary line in this by the equal sign. This imaginary line will divide one side of the equation to the other side of the equation. We're gonna see later why this is important. So if you are really new in solving equations and this is like your first month seeing algebra and you are just learning this for the first time in your life, I would really recommend you to do this. So this reminds you of a really important property of algebra, which is that whatever you do to this side, you're gonna make it to the other side of the equation. So first, let's talk about this equation itself. We have here this s letter is a variable. A variable is anything that can represent a number. So for example, we can have a smiley face right here that could represent 4. We can have a sad face that represents a 7, as well as we can have an A, we can represent 3. We can have a C that represents 99, and whatever number you might think about, even infinity. You can represent infinity with a variable. Did you know that? That's a really curious fact about algebra. So anyway, so this letter in fact just the point is it represents any number, and if you see here, this is a 2 in front of the x. What this means right here, what all of this means, what every term in this side of the equation means, is that whatever term that this x is representing, whatever number this x is representing, you're gonna have to multiply it by 2. For example, if x equals to 1, let's say x equals to 1, you're just gonna put the 1 in the place of the x and multiply it by 2, and this will give you 3. But this is not really the correct thing to say about this equation, because this must be equal to 4. The goal for solving this equation is to find out which number multiplied by 2 is equal to 4. In order to solve it, we have to go through a lot of steps that will eventually solve this equation and will give you the foundation of algebra. So understood that the 2 is being multiplied by x, or the x is being multiplied by 2, and that equals 4. We can now go ahead and solve this equation. If you still don't understand this very well, we're gonna have that summary at the end of the video, and I'm gonna make an attempt to explain this all over again, so don't worry. Now, in order to solve this equation, or any equation that you have really, you're gonna have to make the most possible terms disappear from one side of the equation. You're gonna have all of your terms in just one side of the equation, and you want to make the least terms possible on another side of the equation. So in these 2 reasons that I'm gonna get later in this video, on this side it's convenient for you to have the least number of terms. I'm gonna have a minus sign and 10 terms, and on this side the most terms. So most terms, so you're gonna have to migrate in some way this term over here to here and add it up, multiply it or divide it to this term. You're gonna have the least terms possible on this equation or on this side of the equation. So in order to make this term disappear, you're gonna have to divide it by 2, because remember, you're gonna have to do the opposite to what is expressed here in order to make numbers disappear. For example, 2 is being multiplied by x, and in order to make this disappear, you're gonna have to divide it by 2. So say this, you just cancel this out, and you will only have x. And remember, this is a really important rule, and the reason why I drew this weird line. Whatever you do to this side of the equation, you are gonna have to do the same thing to the other side of the equation, to the plus side. So remember when we say that you want to have the most terms here, so that's right, you're gonna have to have the most terms here, and to get this term over here, you're gonna have to do the same thing that was done here to here. So you're gonna have to divide by 2, and you see how these 2 basically appeared again to this other side. So that's what I meant by saying that you're gonna have the most terms here. All the terms that you have here, you're gonna put it here. In other equations that we will get into later videos, or maybe just in a couple of minutes, it will be the opposite. Here you will have the least terms, and here the more terms. But I don't want to mix your head up right now. So you just have this idea right now. So you have 4 divided by 2 is gonna be equal to 2. And now we have x by itself. And when you have x by itself, it's basically like saying congratulations, you solved these equations. Woohoo! So now we solved this equation. We're all set to go. And if you want to check your equations, you can go straight back at the original one. This is the original one. What I first wrote up right here on the screen. We had 2x equals 4, and here we have in the bottom part x is equal to 2. What this means is that x, we're gonna for every x that we have, we are gonna put 2, the quantity 2. So in this x is gonna be replaced by a 2. Let me write this up. Let me write this on another part of the screen, so you don't get all messed up. So okay, as you can see, we replace the x with a 2, and that's what you're supposed to do when you want to check your equation. So you're plugging in a number for a variable, because remember, a variable represents a number, and in this case the letter x is representing the number 2. So we are just plugging that in the place of x. So 2 times 2 equals 4. So 4 equals 4. And as you can see in every equation, what is important to know about every equation is that this side over here is gonna be the same as this side over here. That can be expressed right here in this equal sign. If this was not supposed to be equal, this wouldn't even appear. There will be another different sign. When you see an equal sign and you have any term, let's say b plus c equals I don't know, 1000 or 100, what this means is that this thing right here gonna be the same than this thing right here. The purpose of doing equations is for you to demonstrate that fact. So now that we have demonstrated that 2x is equal to 4, and this means that x multiplied by 2 is equal to the quantity of 4, now we have solved this equation. Look, 4 is equal to 4. When we have solved this side of this equation, we have 4. And we were already given the information that this side equals 4. So we have solved our first equation. So let me jump into a more complex equation. So let me erase all of this. And I'm sorry for the really crappy numbers that I do, but anyway, My mission here is to teach you how to do math. Anyway, so 3x plus 8 equals 11. And don't be scared if you see weird numbers popping up. If you follow the right rules of algebra, you're gonna end up solving any equation you might be posed to solve. So we draw our imaginary line here, just so we differentiate between one side of the equation and the other side of the equation. So as you can see here, this thing is really messed up. We have too many terms here, and we're gonna make these terms migrate to that other side of the equation in order to make it simple. The key of algebra is to make things simple, so we're gonna make this equation simple. So this is the side that we're gonna remove terms, and this is the other side that you're gonna add terms. And by adding, I don't mean actually like adding 8 to 11. I'm just saying that you gotta put these terms over here and take any action that is required to isolate this 8 from here. So what we do right here is to subtract 8 here, so we don't have anything left here. And just to make that clear, the reason I'm not dividing 3 first is because it's really messed up. It just wouldn't work. If you try to divide 8 first, 3 to 3x, and you're still gonna get the same result of the equation. You are still gonna get the right answer, but it's not that. But it's more confusing for you. So it is just a recommendation to the order of solving it. So let's say that we have plus 8 here, and we just subtract 8 here. And I want to make this clear. What you do here, you are gonna have to do it to that other side of the equation. So we subtract 8 from here too, as well. So we're left with 3x equals, so 11 minus 8 is equals to 3. And now we divide 3 to 3x, and we're left with x equals to 1. The reason why I did this again is because x is being multiplied by 3, and we're gonna have to do the opposite of that in order to get rid of this 3. Remember, we're gonna have to add the least terms in one side of the equation and migrate them to the other side. So in order to get rid of this 3, you're gonna divide it by 3. And again, whatever you do to this side of the equal sign, you're gonna do it to that other side of the equation. So we divided 3, and right there we divided 3 as well. So we're just left with x is equal to 1, and when you have x by itself, that means that you have solved your equation. Well, that's it for the lesson. I mean, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you liked it. And I'm really sorry if you were quite annoyed for the quality of my drawings and everything, but I promise that I will get better over time. So if you like it, share it with your friends, subscribe, and have a really good day. I hope that was helpful. Anyway, thank you for watching.